PFT, what's up, man? How you been?
What's going on? Doing
Good,
great.
brother.
Doing great, guys. Spring is here. It's sundress season.
Absolutely.
Don't you wear one.
Don't tell me what to do.
I
B-Mitch.
saw your legs before. Don't put no damn sundress on.
Yeah, I know you did. They look good.
No, they don't. No, they
I've been
don't.
under the squat bar recently. I've been trying to build up.
What, you up to 185?
Backstairs. I'm looking good. So no matter what you catch me in this summer, if you see PFT, be like, damn, he is kicked up.
You up to 185 on the
PFT's
legs?
kind of jacked, man. I saw him in Indy.
I'm trying. You know what? I went through like a 3-year period where I kind of forgot to work out. I kept meaning to work out, and I would do things like I would say that I'm going to go to the gym, and I would pack my workout clothes with me when I went to work, which pretty much counts as a workout. And then by the end of the day, I'd be like, I'm kind of tired. I think I'll just go home. Recently, though, I've been trying to get back in shape a little bit, but it's shocking to see how quickly you get out of shape once you hit the age of 38, because it's tough to get back in any sort of shape like I was before.
I know that at 43. Dude, I don't know that we've really talked since, kind of the offseason has settled down. How do you feel about the Commanders? Deebo, Tunsil, you lose John Allen, you lose Jeremy Chin. What do you think so far?
I mean, I think the Jonathan Allen thing, it's painful, but I think I could see this coming, at least a couple of years ago. I think he was a great player, and I'm sad that he's leaving. He was like a little bright spot of brightness in an otherwise dark time in our franchise. So it sucks seeing a guy like that go, but it's one of those moves that you kind of have to make. I love the Deebo Samuel trade. I love it. I feel like if we can get, if anybody's got good information about him, it's Adam Peters. So I trust what Adam sees. And also, I don't know if this has been reported on, but the fact that he's changing to the number 1, I believe, that is the slimmest looking number. So I think that's worth at least like 15 or 20 pounds right there off the top.
Lord.
So I'm pumped about that. I want to see what we do in the draft. I think there's still, like, we kind of took the method that we used to put together the team last year was get a lot of 1-year rentals and fill some gaps with some short-term free agents. And then we lost a lot of those guys. We brought some back, but we're kind of filling a lot of gaps in free agency again. So I at this point, I just have to trust Adam Peters and trust Dan Quinn and say if they think that these guys can come in and make an impact. I think that the secondary is already much better. I think that the secondary is going to be a strong suit for us next year, hopefully, as opposed to a weakness. So if we can improve the defense a little bit and continue to add weapons on offense and bolster up the line, man, I think that we're going to be looking at a pretty good season next year.
I agree with you right there.
Yeah, I think, DQ had a line down in Florida at the league meeting where he said, last year we were kind of selling hope. This year, I like to think we've shown some real examples. And I think that's where most of the fan base is. Not to say you can't watch the moves and have an opinion or any of that, but they have definitely earned the benefit of the doubt for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I mean, I love getting Laremy Tunsil. It is shocking to me that Tunsil, the fact that he fell on draft night because he was smoking weed, that's pretty crazy to me. Like, if that story came out right now, I don't think a team would bat an eye off it. But I did have to go out and purchase a gas mask in solidarity with Laremy. So I'll have that strapped up on Sundays, ready to go.
I love it.
I think that, it's a move that a competent front office would make.
Yeah.
You get a rock solid guy at left tackle, and then you can take Coleman. You can move him around wherever you want to put him. He can play multiple positions. So I think that it's a good look, and I'm wondering who's going to be filling in for Cosme at the start of the year. That's still a question that I have.
Sure.
I think Wiley would be legitimate at this point.
I think, honestly, it's pretty exciting, for lack of a better word, that you have the way DQ explained it to us. It's going to be Coleman versus Wiley in camp fighting for that right tackle spot. And my guess is the other guy fills in for Cosme. What my point with the Tunsil trade, obviously it cements left tackle with a stud, but it also makes the entire line better because you get to use Coleman in a different role, to your earlier point.
Yeah. I mean, I think it does open up some things, and we still have a draft too. So don't forget about that. We can use the draft to fill some of these things. I don't know about you guys, but when the news came out that the NFL changed its policy towards which teams can get hard knocks, I immediately thought, okay, well, here we go.
Would you want it?
Looking at the Commanders. No, I don't want it.
Why not?
I'm saying I'm saying right now I don't want it because there's a lot that can go wrong when you have Hard Knocks. There's a lot of bad tape out there. There's a lot of clips that can be taken out of context and used against you at future times. And I'm speaking strictly as a fan and as somebody who my friends, none of them here in Chicago, like the Commanders. I don't want to give them more ammunition to use against me personally. This is more about me personally.
But do you think this team would be given the things that the Giants gave?
I hope not, but it does scare me. Like, you never know what's going to happen.
So here's a big distinction I would make is
Adam isn't
but
that dude.
It's also that was the offseason when you're making all those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
This is only like the normal training camp one. So everybody, by the time you get to late July and they're going to training camp, everybody's like on the same page. You're not those internal discussions where the Giants look so awful. Those have already happened. You know what I mean? Like, this is not that. I don't think that offseason one that looks so bad for the Giants is ever coming back.
I just think you could have those discussions without having them like they had. Listen, man, these GMs and all, they know how to talk when they have a camera in front of them, when they don't have a camera in front of them. I think my man Joe Shane thought he was saying the right stuff, and he was idiotic in saying it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think that the stuff that would happen behind the scenes in an offseason Hard Knocks, if you truly captured everything, a lot of that stuff would be way worse than what we saw. And I think that happens all across the league. It's just that they happen to catch this one example of Saquon Barkley on camera, and it ends up looking as bad as it can possibly look. I think that with Hard Knocks, don't get me wrong, if it is the Commanders, I'm going to watch every episode. I'm going to love it when it's out, and it's going to be like football porn for me. I'm going to love it. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, like, I saw it was with the Bears last year. Didn't work out with the Bears last year. I don't know. I'm a little skittish of Hard Knocks. Plus, also here's a couple things. Number one, Hard Knocks is not what it used to be. We all remember back in the day when it was either, like the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Jets, even with Rex Ryan. Mm-hmm. Hard Knocks used to be awesome. It was great. And the last 4 or 5 years, we get reminded that the first episode is cool because we're like, oh, yeah, football's back. Look at that sprinkler that's going off in the morning in the montage. Look at this slow motion shot of a perfect spiral being thrown across the practice field. And we love to see that. But then by the time week 3 of Hard Knocks gets here, we're like, this is kind of boring. This kind of stinks. And we kind of lose interest in it. So
they have to get better at it. I mean, when they first came out, it was something new. So everybody was excited. Now you got to enhance it. You can't just show the same stuff that you've been showing.
But, dude, I think it's even beyond Hard Knocks. I know I go through this just with work. When training camp opens, you're so damn excited. And then after a couple of days, you're like, wow, this is really not that exciting. And then it's like, oh, but it's been a week. Now they put the pads on. And then you're like, all right, let's do this. And then after a couple of days of pads, you're like, oh, man, this is kind of boring. And then it's like, but wait, we got the first preseason game coming up. Like they feed you just enough to keep you going.
I think it's our expectations that gets us in that position.
Sure.
There's also something I've been thinking about this offseason, which is, we had a lot of support across the league last year. I feel like there were a lot of fan bases, a lot of people that were casual fans of the NFL that enjoyed what the Commanders did, that found themselves rooting for the Commanders because they were a fun team. The more exposed you get, the more, things like Hard Knocks, the more national games that we have, the more teams that we end up beating in big situations, the more people will turn it against you. And it's going to happen. I mean, you saw what happened to C.J. Stroud this year. Last year, C.J. Stroud, everybody loved him. He was adored. This year, he screws up once or twice. People start to get sick of you pretty quick. I mean, there was a time when Patrick Mahomes was the easiest guy to root for in the NFL, when people across the league and fans everywhere just couldn't get enough of the guy. And then he starts winning, and then he keeps winning, and then he starts stealing hopes and dreams from various fan bases with the assistance of maybe some referees over the course of the next 6-7 years, and then everybody hates him. People are going to hate the Commanders if they continue to progress, which I'm okay with. I just don't want to necessarily accelerate it too much by overloading them with Commanders content.
I'm looking forward to it. As soon as it happens, you know what it means? It means we're kicking people's ass. It means we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Listen, I could care less about what the other fan base thinks. If they hate us, that means we're doing every damn thing we're supposed to be doing. So I wish that comes tomorrow.
Again, BMitch, I've been saying this for years. I want to get to a place where I'm hated. I would love to be hated. I just don't. I don't like the idea. Maybe it's scared mentality on my part, but I don't like the idea of having all this stuff documented in the preseason, and then people start crowning us preseason champs and all these expectations. It feels like a very precarious situation for us. So, and again, if they do Hard Knocks, I'm going to be the biggest fan of Hard Knocks, and I'm going to watch every episode probably 3 times, and I'm going to love it. But I'm saying this with the benefit of a little foresight. I don't know necessarily that I'm personally super excited about the prospect of it.
That's fair. We're talking with our friend PFT Commenter here on the Rude Guest Hotline. Rude is the most reliable HVAC products in the DMV. Of course, you can follow PFT at PFT Commenter on Twitter, the Everything app, Instagram, and listen to the world famous Pardon My Take podcast. We are all AWLs. PFT, you mentioned sports porn there, and we're in the middle of it with Ovi. 3 goals away from breaking a truly unbreakable record. How much have you been enjoying Ovi in this season, and kind of where do you think it happens?
So I'm loving it. I've been watching as many games as I could all season long, and he's playing great. He's getting some great goals. He's getting some easy ones, yes, but he's also getting some vintage Ovi slap shots from his office. And I've loved watching it, and I've loved watching this team. I love this team. The goaltending to me is still it doesn't make me feel great going into the playoffs, but with the addition of Leonard, who I was pretty impressed with through his first couple games, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like it's our year, and I love that Ovi's out there taking him out to a bar, blasting
that was so
Mafia.
Cool. Yeah,
it's good vibes. It's good vibes right now, which I'm super excited about. And in terms of when he gets it, I mean, I don't want to root against Ovi, but ideally he wouldn't get it this week because I can't make it to any games this week. I'm going to try to chase him down and see if I can't see that record-breaking goal. So, I mean, there's a chance he goes out there on, I believe they play Sunday,
tonight.
Right? Oh, tonight, yeah. But then where do they play?
Sundays in Long Island.
There's a chance he gets 3 tonight.
Yeah, there's a chance he gets 3 tonight.
That's what I'm pulling for.
That this is all over and done with.
I'm going to send you the video.
Are you going?
Yeah, we're both going.
Okay.
I'm almost surprised you're not coming to town.
I would love to, but we got the Final Four, so I can't do it. But you know what? I'll say this: I really want him to do it at home. If not against it's the Blackhawks, right?
Yep.
If not against Chicago, then I believe they play against the Hurricanes at home as well
next week.
Yeah, I want it in that game ideally, and I would also like to see Tom Wilson knock out a few teeth because that was a fun game to watch. Even though we stunk, like the end of the game was awesome to see all the physicality going on out there. And I feel like there's some retribution that we got to take out against the Hurricanes. This rivalry is like fully back on after that little body slam that they pulled out.
Totally.
So I hope he does it. If he doesn't do it tonight, I hope he does it at home against the Hurricanes. That would be awesome.
Next Thursday is that Hurricanes game, which should be absolutely electric inside of that building. PFT, there is one other sports story in town that is not generating the interest of Ovi's goal search, but the Wiz, they lost last night. Bub Carrington was phenomenal, and they pulled him. I think everybody realizes that Cooper Flagg looks like a very different level of prospect. Can I tell you something that has me freaked out? I don't mean to freak you out.
Yeah, freak me out.
Utah, the Jazz, are the only team with fewer wins than the Wizards. Now, the Wiz will have equal odds as the Jazz, but can you not just envision Cooper Flagg playing in Utah?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way. That seems like it could be destiny. But here's a counterpoint. I don't believe that the team with the worst record in the NBA has won the lottery since they changed the format in 2019. I think it's always been like there have been some times when it's been the other team that has a 14% chance, one of the other 2 teams, because I believe 3 teams get 14% in that lottery.
Yeah.
Those other 2 teams have won it multiple times. The worst record has never won the number 1 overall pick. So if we can just stay barely ahead of the Jazz, then I think that would put us in a good spot to counteract all that momentum that, yes, if you were to close your eyes and picture Cooper Flagg and his family going to Utah Jazz games, like that seems like it's already written. So we got to fight this. We got to fight this destiny with everything that we have.
We do.
See, until you said that, PFT, I was thinking about the team with the worst record has never won it, and then you say always the first. It just it scares the hell out of me now. So we'll see, though. We'll see.
I do want Cooper Flagg. I want Cooper Flagg in DC. I think he's going to be a great player. I don't want to use the words can't miss, but I feel I'm just going to say Cooper Flagg is a can't miss prospect. I want him in DC.
Dude, and DC sports have just changed. You get Jaden. We weren't sure what the caps were going to be. All of a sudden, they got a ton of young studs along with Ovi. Feels like things are on the upswing here, and Cooper Flagg coming to town would just be the next step, man.
I know my natties need to step it up a little bit.
Maryland, some Terrapin fans will have to start liking the Dookie.
I told you that in the post-ACC world, things have changed a little bit. The post-Coach K world, things have changed a little bit.
Yeah, how are we feeling about Buzz, JP?
I think they did a great job of acting fast and getting – I mean, dude, his resume is better than Willard's. Maybe Willard is more of an up-and-comer, but he's 49 and Buzz is 52. I'm cool with it. What Willard did had me so angry for so long that I've now just moved forward, and I'm supporting Buzz Williams. I'm good with it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I like Buzz a lot. I think he's a really good coach, good guy. I like talking to him. I think you'll like interacting with him a lot as well. The one thing that does concern me about Buzz, though, is that he's changed jobs for essentially an exact same job like 3 times now. Like he doesn't really step up. He goes Marquette, then he goes to Virginia Tech, then he goes to A&M, and now he's at Maryland. All those schools kind of they play in the same area. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all
that same like tier 2, tier 3, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I do think that he's a very good coach, and he's going to work hard. So I'm hoping nothing but the best for the Terrapins. I think Maryland is a basketball school, and all the Maryland fans out there deserve to have a winning team. Yeah,
I appreciate that. You and Big Cat were really good during the Willard stuff, like calling out all the water carrying in the national college hoops media. Dude, I know you are swamped. Thank you for making time for us, brother. We appreciate it.
Of course. Have a great weekend, guys. Hopefully, Ovi gets you a hat trick tonight. What are we throwing on the ice if he gets the record-breaking goal? Is it? Can we
go find a whole octopus.
I'll throw myself. I'll just climb. I'll climb the plexiglass and just jump on the ice.
I would love to see that. Come sit next to me. I'll throw you out there.
I believe you would. I will bring a hat just in case.